Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome back to another episode of Air. So last time we finished up Minagi's bad ending, and so now we are going to go to her good ending. So to get her good ending, you have to say, try again tomorrow. You'll have to try again tomorrow. I'll stay up late and sleep in tomorrow. Okay, I'll be looking forward to it. Tono turned around and walked towards the picnic sheet she had laid out for breakfast. Seriously? Well, what does she find so interesting about my sleeping face? It felt good to curse at someone in a monologue. I wake up to Tono's voice, or to wake up to Tono's voice. That wasn't bad at all. But why? I felt there was something off about Tono. After having breakfast, Tono and I sat on the bench and waited for Michiru to arrive. We were under a blue sky. There was the summer sunshine and the cries of the cicadas. I imagined Michiru running to us in the shimmering heat. I could hear her fleeting footsteps approaching. Tono stood up to welcome the girl. And so the day began for the three of us. Boop-a-doop. Alright, watch closely. I'll be blowing lots of bubbles today. Okay, go for it, Minagi! Alright, I'll do my best. Let's do this. Tono was fired up. Michiru couldn't blow a bubble no matter how hard she tried, so she pestered Tono to show her how it was done. Michiru watched Tono intently. Looking at Michiru, I suddenly felt a sense of uneasiness. Michiru looked like she had something to say. What's wrong? I asked Michiru in a low voice so that Tono couldn't hear. It's odd, Michiru muttered in response to my question. Really? Yeah, Minagi isn't herself. Michiru looked at Minagi with concern. Michiru had been with Tono far longer than I had, so she would know if something was wrong. It was true that ever since Tono left home to live at the station, she had been behaving strangely. While she looked cheerful, she looked like she was forcing herself to be. It was as if she wanted to finish all she had started before the end of the dream that she spoke of arrived. It was as if she was a little girl, trying to stuff all the precious moments that we had spent together in her treasure box. I should do something about this. While my inner voice was telling me that, Michiru spoke. I'm happy that Minagi is cheerful, but is it too late after all? Eh? I heard deep sadness. Her voice sounded as ephemeral as the bubbles that disappeared after being born. Then, Minagi, I'll join you too! Michiru jumped off the bench and ran towards Tono. I watched her go. Today's soap water mixture is perfect. Really? Yup. Then I'll be sure to succeed today. Under the shining summer air, two girls were blowing bubbles towards the sky. Tono was as good as ever, making bubble after bubble. On the other hand, Michiru couldn't make any. She kept groaning while stirring her soapy water with the straw. A familiar contrast, a familiar sight. The two of them were enjoying themselves. But why? To me, everything looked so empty. Everything was sepia-colored, like something out of a memory. A memory, a dream. This scene of a summer that would soon end wavered like a transient heat haze. Boop-a-doop. August 8th. Morning arrived. I walked around town with Michiru. Tono had gone to summer school. Although she said she would be back as soon as possible, time slowed to a crawl for the ones doing the waiting. So we walked around town. It was Michiru who invited me to do so. Hey, Kunasaki Yukito! Take me on a date while we wait for Minagi to get back. Minagi said that and laughed. I had nothing better to do anyways, so I was also hoping to perform in town, so I agreed to her proposal. Yay, it's a date! Michiru hopped about upon hearing my reply, expressing all of her joy with her little body. But, I thought as I watched Michiru dance around, Michiru's words when she was watching Tono blow bubbles yesterday flashed through my mind. Is it too late after all? A forlorn tone. A voice of desolation. These ordinary days had begun to change. Michiru did not look truly happy to me. And now, Michiru was walking beside me. She walked with her head hanging low, like a child that had just awoken from a sad dream. Hey, Michiru! I kept my eyes on a passing bird in the sky as planned. As I planned my next words. She looked up at me for a moment, then at the ground again. Because I didn't understand the reason for her behavior, it pained me even more to see Michiru like this. Well, will you look at that? On the seawall, a seagull was resting its wings. It's a seagull! A seagull? Don't you think it's cute? Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, let's feed it. Rice? Yup, rice. Well, I wonder what seagulls eat. I don't know. Should be fish, huh? Mackerel? Yeah, maybe it eats mackerel. I like mackerel too. Fried mackerel, huh? I saw you enjoying it. Yep, I ate the same thing as seagulls. Then you're friends with seagulls. Friends? Yup, friends. I see. Seagulls are my friends. Yeah. If that's the case, I'll give the seagulls this as a sign of my friendship. After rifling through her pocket, she took out a candy. I got this from Minagi. It's orange flavored. No, that's... I can't use this. It's not whether you can or not. I don't think seagulls eat that. Why? Why? The girl's innocent eyes bore into me. Well, let's try it then. I was at my wit's end. Okay, wait a bit. She trotted up to the seawall where the seagull was. Whew! She sat down beside the seagull. To my amazement, the seagull did not fly away, even when Michiru was right beside it. Good afternoon, seagull! On Michiru's greeting, the seagull called once. You're looking good! Communication had been established. Could this seagull be an old friend of Michiru? Say, seagull, are you hungry right now? You just had your meal. Well, I see. Then you must be stuffed. You see, I actually wanted to give you this. She offered the candy to the seagull. You don't want it? Well, I see. That's too bad. It's delicious. You don't mind you. I should eat it? Can I really? The seagull nodded. Spoken like a true man. If you say so, I'll have this candy. She popped the candy into her mouth. It's tasty. She rolled the candy in her mouth happily. You're going home now. Well, I see. We'll have a safe trip home. After squawking a second time, the seagull started flapping its wings that were larger than its body. Huh? Okay, I understand. After saying something to Michiru, the seagull flew off. It headed for the sky above the rolling waves that reflected the light of the sun. That's nice, you got the candy. I patted Michiru's head after she returned to me. Yup, it was delicious. She laughed happily. She was finally back to her cheerful self. What did the seagull say in the end? I remembered Michiru's meek expression when she exchanged her last words with the seagull. It said that the wind will start blowing soon. The wind? Yup, I don't want to miss riding the wind. Boop-a-doop. We walked through the thick summer air. We passed several front porches of houses, listening to the clear sound of wind chimes and walking with few words between us. Our destination was the shopping district that I had visited so many times before. There was not a soul in sight. It was as quiet as a graveyard. I'm famished, I blurted out as soon as I reached this place. Starving! Starving! My stomach is growling. Growl, 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 growl! I suppose I could have lunch a bit earlier, but Tono is still at school. I could return to the station and eat first, but that didn't seem nice. I got it. We're going to buy and eat. What's that? If you buy food on your way home from school, that's called buy and eat, or so I've heard. But we're not on our way home from school. Well, we'll just pretend to be doing that. But we don't have any money. Fear not. It is for this exact reason that that I have this. I pulled out my puppet from my back pocket. Look at this wondrous thing. I raised my puppet to the sun for no reason. Wow! Michiru let out an exclamation of awe upon seeing the puppet with sun as a halo of light around it. Just wait a bit, I'll make some money in no time. Okay! As usual, I set up shop around Kirishima Clinic. Michiru sat down beside me and looked at the puppet with anticipation. This reminds me, I've only showed her my act only once, I thought as I focused. The first time I showed Michiru and Tono my act, Michiru kept trying to figure out the trick behind it. I broke into a smile, recalling the scene from back then. What's the matter, Kurosaki Yukito? Nah, it's nothing. Just watch. I focused my mind once more. The puppet stood up. Michiru was enthralled by the puppet's movement. The two of us sighed at the same time. Well, I kind of expected this. There's no one here. Yeah. I couldn't make any money. No matter how fired up I got, it didn't make any difference in a shopping district without any passerby. I had gone through the same situation many times, so I should have realized this beforehand. Sorry that we can't do buy and eat. It's okay, I had fun. I see. I patted Michiru's head. Michiru laughed. Although I failed my objective, I was satisfied to see her smile. I'm starving. Yep. Cool, let's go back. I stuffed my puppet back into my pocket and stood up. About the same time, the door to the clinic opened. I'm sorry for all the trouble. No, please don't mind it. Don't hesitate to come here if there's anything. Okay. Now, if you'll excuse me. The woman that came out of the clinic exchanged words with Hijiri, then walked past us with a look in her eyes. She didn't even notice our presence. I looked at the woman walking away with an unsteady gait. There was no mistaking it. That was Tono's mother. But why did she come to the Kirishima clinic? Ma. Huh? Michiru, who was still seated on the ground, looked longingly at Tono's mother. Searching. Michiru seemed to be muttering to no one in particular. What's wrong? Nothing. I looked away from her. It was as though I was reaching out for an illusion that I could never touch. Do you know that woman? Michiru didn't reply. She just gazed at the distant figure blurred by this glaring sunlight. Hey, Kurosaki Yukito? What? You see... She hesitated and let out a sigh. It's really painful to be forgotten by someone you love, don't you think? Eh? Because if they have just forgotten one day, they will recall everything. We can't continue like this. What are you talking about? Within me, something without form had started breathing. I could not say it out loud. Yet, I felt as if nothing would change if I did or not put it into words. Michiru lowered her eyes, unable to find anything to say. She was bound by emotion. I kept quiet and waited for the girl to speak. You see... She opened her mouth hesitantly. Minagi ran away from home, didn't she? Huh? You can't hide it from me. I've known her for so long. I see, that's true. I stroked Michiru's head. Michiru drooped her shoulders slightly and lowered her head. It was true that Tono and I have been hiding the fact that Tono had left home. I don't want Michiru to worry. That was Tono's act of consideration for Michiru. Did Michiru understand Tono's feelings? Even if she already did, she didn't broach the subject in front of Tono. That was their relationship. That was the distance they kept. Because they kept their distance, they were able to touch each other. It was a comfortable distance. But... What? Michiru began. I don't want Minagi to be lonely. She raised her eyebrows. I wasn't here to see Minagi like this. Michiru's words threw my thoughts into disarray. I could not place a finger on the reason immediately. I looked at Michiru dumbfounded, my thoughts still disorganized. Finally, I hit upon the answer. The one thing that confused me. I wasn't here to see Minagi like this. Michiru definitely said that. Instead of I am not, she used the past tense wasn't. But why? Michiru is still here. She is here now and she will be here from now on. Won't she? A mist was gathering. A dark mist like a gentle summer memory. We can't continue on like this. Minagi has to wake up from her dream. Dream? Yeah. What do you mean by that? It's probably what you think it is. What I think it is? What? Yeah. She nodded slightly. Hey, Kunisaki Yukito, do you think things should go on like this? Huh? What can you do for Minagi? Me? Yeah. What I could do for Minagi? I probably can't do anything more for Minagi. So, I would like you to do what you can for Minagi. Her voice was soft and gentle like the color of sunset. It was the color of goodbye. Michiru. I reached for the girl, yet... I'm going home now. Huh? See you next time! She stood up and raced off. My hand could not touch the girl. Hey, wait up, Michiru! Kunisaki Yukito, you stay here and relax, okay? In the distance, she turned around, and her image slowly faded into the shimmering heat. Then she vanished. That girl! I was left alone in the sunshine. The summer heat left discomfort in my chest that would not go away. Oh, so it's you, Kunisaki-kun. I heard a voice from behind me. I turned around and saw Hijiri staring at me. How long had she been there? What's wrong? Did you come here to do unpaid work again? That snide remark was most likely her way of greeting. Nope, I'm not here to do my puppet act today. So you've finally given up? I haven't. I'd appreciate it if you stopped poking fun at me. I sighed. What's wrong? You look down. Really? As long as you're willing, this beautiful lady here could always lend you an ear. This doctor sure is happy-go-lucky. Hey, what's with that long pause and the sigh? I shook my head. Are you making fun of me? Nope, I'm not. I just envy you. Envy me? Yeah. She cupped her chin with her left hand. Kunisaki-kun. What? Are you free now? Yeah, I can't say I'm busy. In that case, join me for a bit. She grabbed my arm. Hey now, what do you want? I feel like a cup of tea right now. Kano's not here, and the tea just doesn't taste right if I drink it by myself. She dragged me into the clinic. Sorry, but I'm not in the mood for tea right now. I planted my feet firmly on the ground and shook her hand loose. Man. I stretched my head. Scratched my head, I think. Whoops. Ouch! She hit me all of a sudden. Hey, what's with you? You idiot, I'm looking out for you. Just do as I say. She looked angry, but her tone of voice wasn't harsh at all. You'll get a heat stroke if you keep making a face like that. She reached out and touched my cheek. Look, just hang out with me. She hit my face lightly and pulled on my arm again. Fine. I gave Hijiri a small nod and entered the clinic with her. Boop-a-doop. I see. Sunlight flickered through the trees, entered the windows, and illuminated the clinic's interior. The room was pure white. There was a faint smell of disinfectant. I get you. You want Tono-san to go back home, right? I finished up the tea in my hand and placed the cup down with a resounding thud. I'm not so sure about that, because I don't know if that's the best place for her. You do have a point. Yeah. Hijiri and I were talking about Tono. I wasn't asking for her advice or anything like that. Because I saw Tono's mother talking with Hijiri, I thought I could get some information out of her. Anyway, this sure is a small world. I find it odd that you and Tono's mother know each other. Well, this is a small town. Besides, I'm the only doctor in this town, so I know the people here. I see. But you surprise me. What? Why? I never expected you to care so much for Tono. It's not that. Ouch! Fool, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. I'm not embarrassed. Stop hitting my head. Well, fine. It's not fine. So, what do you want to do? Huh? Quit acting dumb. I'm asking you what you want to do for Tono. For Tono? Yeah. I worked out what Hijiri said in my head. What I want to do for Tono. At last. Say, Hijiri. Ouch! Don't call an elder by her name. Say Hijiri-san. Hijiri-san. What is it, Yukito-chan? It's a joke. Go on, laugh. No way. Okay. I just wanted to lighten the mood. That's not necessary. Let's continue. Okay. She looked disappointed, but that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys, so if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!